A woman swallowed 8 live frogs in order to ease her back pain. A New York City marijuana dispensary launches cannabis carrier pigeons. And a man spends months convincing Costco to give him the $1.50 hot dog sign. These are your bizarre stories for this episode of Weird AF News. I hope you enjoy them. A Chinese woman swallowed some live frogs for her back pain. An 82-year-old Chinese woman, very daring. She swallowed 8 live frogs to ease her lower back pain and had to be hospitalized. What a surprise. You know, you'd think you could just swallow some frogs for your back pain and you wouldn't be hospitalized. You figure you could just pop 8 frogs, rub it right down your gullet, and then go about your day like it's totally normal, right? Go to yoga class after that? No. This lady was hospitalized. What a surprise. What a surprise. Well, let's keep reading and find out if this woman croaked. You know, I don't want to leap to conclusions. All right. I hope she's still alive. This woman is a pensioner. She is referred to only by her surname, Zhang. She claims she was following some folklore medicine, which told her that eating live frogs could help treat the aches that she was experiencing from her herniated disc in her back. Well, that was your first mistake, honey, following folklore medicinal advice. Half of the advice from way back when is okay. The other half is just based on complete superstition. And some of the cockamamie prescriptions are flat out asinine, if I may be so colorful with my language. I mean, if I was a betting man, though, of the folklore for back pain, I would probably say the frog one is BS. Swallowing live frogs. I mean, I bet if you got into a time machine and you went back 4,000 years and you were there the moment that this folklore medicine was invented, you'll find that a large percentage of them were just pranks that a doctor played on a friend. Some annoying patient was like back at the doctor for the 12th time. It's my acid reflux. I can't deal with my acid reflux. The doctor's like, well, if you go lick a goat's butthole, that's have you tried that? And then somebody wrote it down, and then 3,000 years later some Chinese woman's trying it. I found in this old book that if you lick a goat's butthole, it's good for acid reflux. Oh really? Oh yeah, you try that, Grandma. I'm going to go with the old modern Tums, also known as adult candy. All right, let me jump back into the article here because it's so entertaining. I want to find out what happened after she swallowed the frog to catch the spider that wiggled and jiggled and tickled inside of her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. I guess she'll die. Now, it says the woman never told her family of her plans to swallow the frogs. She even asked her family for help in catching the frogs, which were all smaller than the palm of her hand. She consumed 3 of the frogs right away, and the remaining 5 the following day. Soon after, she began to develop abdominal pain and was sent to the hospital, where she then disclosed what she had done. Well, in a way, it worked. I mean, she went from having excruciating back pain to excruciating abdominal pain. So if you want to get your mind off some back pain, nothing like a real severe stomach ache to do it. But now she's got these terrible abdominal pains to deal with as a result of this foolishness with the frog diet. You can always smack yourself in the head with a hockey stick. That'll get your mind off the abdominal pain. That's actually a form of Canadian folklore medicine. They just whack each other in the head with a hockey stick. And whatever else was ailing them gets transferred to the headache. Who am I kidding? The Canadian remedy for everything is just more beer. Just drink yourself into a stupor. Now, there's a quote here from this woman's son. It's not very creative. It just says, "My mother ate 8 live frogs. Now the sharp pain has made her unable to walk." Doctors conducted a round of tests to confirm that she actually had a parasitic infection. Here's a quote from one of the doctors. "Swallowing frogs has damaged the patient's digestive system and resulted in some parasites being present inside her body, including sparganum." I don't know what sparganum is, but I probably don't want that. Sparganum will get your mind off your back pain, though. Doctors were able to treat Zhang, and she was discharged after 2 weeks. Yes, Zhang was discharged after 2 weeks. Hopefully she won't attempt this foolishness again. We can't have her committed to this frog remedy in the future. Come on, guys. Kermitted. Had some pretty legendary puns in this particular segment. I've eaten frog before. I don't recommend them live. In a nice stew could be something. Any of you tried the frog legs stew? It's fabulous. And it's true what they say. They do taste like chicken. A marijuana dispensary pledges to use courier pigeons as their delivery service. Oh, pretty inventive here. I like the idea of these dope doves, or you can call them puff pigeons. Let's see what they call them. The article starts by saying it's a bird-brained marketing campaign. A Big Apple-based cannabis dispensary announced it was going to be launching a fleet of 20 courier pigeons to deliver gram-size bags of marijuana to New Yorkers. The travel agency unveiled the winged delivery service, purportedly set to launch in Manhattan and Brooklyn in 2026 last week, including some strange videos posted to social media. We have a quote here from Arana, one of the co-founders of the company. As the travel agency, it's only natural we'd explore all modalities of travel for our delivery service. Why not pigeons? Being in New York City, we thought there's no better courier than the ever-present and beloved pigeon. Yeah, but, I mean, can you just send a pigeon wherever you want? How do these carrier pigeons work? I don't think you could just give a bird some delivery coordinates and then let it go, and it's going to get there and back. But what do I know? I don't know anything about carrier pigeons. Now, viral videos from this campaign spotlighted the alleged feathery fleet's downtown Brooklyn coop, as well as its handlers and training protocols, which entailed walking a pigeon on the delivery path so it knows where to fly. Oh, come on. You walk the pigeon along the path? This is a joke, right? Promotional posters outside the company's Union Square shop also advertised cannabis carrier pigeons. One viral clip posted showed pigeons wearing tiny backpacks near a dispensary location, appearing to confirm the presence of the working birds. However, sources familiar with the matter revealed to the media that the bizarre scheme is actually just a marketing stunt. They're not actually using pigeons to deliver their cannabis. I see. They're just trying to bring some attention, using humor. What a letdown. I like to imagine cannabis delivering pigeons with their little backpacks. Wouldn't you want your own little personal pot pigeon? Just sounds lovely. I dreamed that it would spread to the entire country, so we'd have marijuana delivering pigeons out here in SoCal, and I could go to the dollar store and stock up on bird seed to lure them to my rooftop and steal the weed. That was my plan. Going to steal all the weed from the pigeons. Hey, I mean, if I see free weed flying through the sky, I might go invest in a pellet gun. I'm kidding. No pigeons should be harmed in my attempt to get high. Still, as you can imagine, animal activists had their feathers ruffled over this phony ad campaign. Here's a quote from one of them. Even if it is a joke, how long were these pigeons subjected to this campaign? How many days were they taken away from their family to be used for this campaign? Oh, I'm so sorry. You need to get a hobby, whoever you are. Yeah. I mean, this is some, fake moral outrage here, clearly. There's more quotes from this enraged animal rights person. I don't see the humor in putting pigeons in the center of a campaign like this to almost mock the fact that they used to be so heavily exploited. Yeah, well, they're not exploited anymore. It's a joke. Have you heard of joking? Do any of these people understand what humor is at all? It's like they're all on the spectrum or something. I'm not that there's anything wrong with being on the spectrum. It's just they're different. Okay, in my experience, having spent a lot of time with someone who is on the spectrum, sarcasm over their head, hyperbole, they can't understand it. At least this is my experience. There's probably exceptions to the rule, but humor isn't really in their wheelhouse. This article ends with the travel agency defending themselves against the animal welfare societies. I'm not even going to read it. It's just ridiculous. I would never even respond to these people if I was this place. They don't deserve your time, nor your breath, nor whatever your PR person charges to write the stupid response. And that's the end of the article. What a disappointment. I was really hoping that carrier pigeons were making a comeback in 2025, 26. I've spent a lot of time in New York City, man. Those pigeons need jobs. They're just hanging out on the street corners. They got no future, so it would give them some work, and I think it's kind of fun and quirky to have your drugs delivered by some fowl.
When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp. the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
A man spent months convincing Costco to give him the iconic $1.50 hot dog sign. You might know this already, but Costco's legendary $1.50 hot dog and soda combo has reached cult status over the years, but one particular fan in North California managed to secure the ultimate piece of memorabilia, the sign itself. Costco's iconic $1.50 hot dog is one of the greatest menu items of all time, some say, and pure bliss for food court lovers. As such, it's no surprise that someone out there found a way to acquire this $1.50 hot dog sign. I mean, I could have got you the sign, bro. We have ways. We have ways. Could have just stole the damn thing. Now, our star of the story is a strange fellow named Zach. He's a self-proclaimed sign collector. Guy collects signs. He says it took many months of persistence and planning to convince Costco managers to part ways with the sign that advertises our iconic Kirkland signature meal deal, $1.50 hot dog and soda. When Costco revealed it was switching its fountain drinks from Pepsi to Coca-Cola, Zach saw an opportunity. Here's a quote from Zach. Well, when I found out they were switching to Coca-Cola late last year, I knew I could start asking around at local warehouses near me. I talked with a few different GMs before I found one that was willing to hold on to it for me after they made the switch away from Pepsi. This sign is really special. Some call it the holy grail of Costco memorabilia. When Zach was asked what it felt like to get a hold of the sign, he said securing the sign gave him a rush like nothing else. This guy's really got a fetish for signs, it seems. Hey, man, if this makes you happy collecting signs, do you, baby. I mean, as long as you're not harming other people, impinging on other people's freedoms, really annoying your neighbors beyond a reasonable level, then, do whatever makes you happy. I've been saying this for a few months on this podcast. The world is going to crapola. Just make yourself happy. Do you, bro. Now, according to Zach, he has developed a habit of chasing down old signs and menus, and anything retailers take down is pretty much fair game, he says. His next target, In-N-Out. But for now, the Costco sign lives in Zach's garage, safe from the elements. Unless someone comes forward with an offer too wild to refuse, Zach plans to hold on to the $1.50 hot dog Costco sign forever. He proclaims, quote, "It will be passed down to future generations in my family." Oh, that's great. What an heirloom. I'm sure your grandkids will be so pleased when Grandpa leaves you a Costco sign. And to little Ned, you get Grandpa's $1.50 Costco sign. Yay, cool. I'll use it to roll my marijuana cigarettes. Now, Zach's been collecting a lot of signs, and now the only obstacle to keep going is space and his wife. Zach says, quote, "We have to limit the space. I'm going to start running out of room in the garage soon. It's going to be challenging to get anything hung up around the house these days. But still, my wife, she's supportive. She would rather have me collect signs instead of doing drugs." All right. A way to set the bar high. Honey, I'm either buying signs or I'm cooking meth. So those are your two options. What? The only two options? Do signs or do drugs. Guys, here's my message out there, especially you kids. Do signs, not drugs, okay? Be like Zach. Oh, it's better than doing drugs. Hey, be careful, man. Signs could be like any other addiction. Next thing you know, Zach's going to be climbing sign poles at busy intersections just to get some street signs. It could go there. Hanging off the sides of buildings, getting his sign fix. I say you got to be careful with your sign addiction as well, because signs, there's some really big ones out there, all right? Zach might find himself dragging home an old Toys R Us storefront sign. That's going to get him in some trouble. Or stealing signs from baseball stadiums. And then it could be a gateway drug to some other sort of quasi-sign stealing activities, such as stealing gravestones. Yeah, gravestones have a kind of a sign quality. It's like, here lies so-and-so. This is a sign that there's a dead person here. Or maybe not. Maybe this doesn't make sense at all. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, collecting signs, it's a quirky hobby, but it is better than doing drugs. And, he's drawn a line in the sand between signs and drugs, so it'll be very easy for his wife to know if he's doing drugs. How did you know he was doing drugs? There weren't any signs. Hello, weirdos. How are you today? Thank you for spending some time with your buddy Jonesy in the Weird AF News podcast. I appreciate it. I want to give thanks and praise to someone who bought me some coffees off my website. That's weirdafnews.com. That's where you go to buy coffees or join the Patreon. We have Sherry. She bought me 3 coffees. How generous is Sherry? All right, Sherry must have just struck gold. She bought me 3 coffees. Sherry wrote, "When my life was pretty sad, I discovered you, Jonesy, by accident, and you made me actually laugh out loud by myself in the car. You help me every day by giving me something funny to chuckle at. Now my life is much happier, and I still love your humor. I really enjoy your rants because I usually agree. Like the dog rant a couple weeks ago, we weirdos have to stick together." Oh, that's so sweet from Sherry. So shout out to Sherry. I'm so grateful. And what's better than getting the 3 coffees is reading this lovely message, this sort of stuff. People writing me saying, you know what, you made me smile, you made me laugh, you made me happy. Therefore, for a moment, Jonesy, you made my life better at a time when I needed it. So that's what really makes me so happy, and it keeps me doing this podcast. So shout out to Sherry. And I'm happy that you're happy, Sherry. This dog rant that you're talking about, I can't remember. I think it was from... it was a rant about people bringing their dogs everywhere. I think that was the rant. I think it was a pretty good rant. I made some good points in there. I didn't get it. I didn't get any clapback from it, so maybe people agreed. Usually, dog owners reach out to me and like, "What you said was insensitive, Jonesy." It's like, look at. I know what I'm talking about. I've owned 2 dogs in my life for a total of 20 years. I was around a dog. So I get dog owner. I've been a dog owner. Big one and a small one. In the suburbs and in a city. I had a dog in New York City. And now as a non-dog owner, and I've been that way now for going on, 8 years I haven't owned a dog. I have a new perspective. And, so it's not coming from ignorance. It's coming from a familiarity of the situation. Anyways, why am I rambling on about this? This isn't important. You know what I should tell you? This is important. Tomorrow is Friday. That is super important. Tomorrow is Florida Friday. Some of you might be hearing this for the first time, but on Friday on Weird AF News, I only do weird news from the state of Florida. It's called Florida Friday. So if you come across any weird news from Florida from this past week, please don't hesitate to email me or put them in my DMs on Instagram. I'm at FunnyJones, and my email is funnyjones@gmail.com. It's so easy to remember. Funny Jones, like funny bones, one word. Got it? Okay. So send me over your Florida stuff, and check out weirdafnews.com and buy me some coffee, because I'm going to need it to get through Florida Friday.